Oh my gosh, please deny that the US government actually encouraged cryptocurrency. Actually, we were wrong. It approved of both an Ethereum and a Bitcoin ETF, though the behind-the-scenes operations are very questionable. What is really happening and why haven't we heard about it? Since this is an exclusive movie that you can only watch here, let's save you time and go right to the point. Shiba Inu has had a significant 88% decrease in an important measure. Just as the whales or major holdings seem to have been confused by this sudden decrease, so too do the Shiba Inu community. According to Bitcoin exchange Coinbase, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission is serious about the destruction of digital assets, even if it has almost completely vanished. The Bitcoin community has been rocked by this revelation, with many aficionados worrying about harsher laws and a more hostile atmosphere for cryptocurrencies. Here's something really significant. After the US approved Bitcoin ETFs and more recently Ethereum ETFs, many are baffled as to why this abrupt turn of events occurred. People were expecting a possible bull run, so they were taken aback by this unexpected turn of events, which has left them feeling confused and frustrated. People today struggle with uncertainty and have doubts about the market's trajectory. Hold on though while I explain. Major cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase recently voiced grave worries about the US Securities and Exchange Commission's strategy to regulating the crypto business in a filing with the US Court of Appeals. Coinbase asserts that the SEC is taking the destruction of digital assets seriously and believes the agency is committed to stifling the sector by entangling the cryptocurrency market in its enforcement agenda. This is nonsensical. Fair standards are necessary for the Bitcoin business to be extensively adopted. In particular, unambiguous regulations provide. In an industry where stability and confidence are lacking, uncertainty is always there. It restricts its ability to flourish for businesses and investors alike. Because they don't think there is a future for them in the US, many cryptocurrency companies are moving abroad. Regretfully, despite Coinbase's best efforts to communicate with the SEC, the situation appears to be becoming worse every day. It appears that the SEC is unwilling to provide clarification. It appears that the SEC is unwilling to provide clearer regulations, since Coinbase believes that requesting additional clarifications from the agency would be a waste of time. Continuing to provide the agency an opportunity to clarify is superfluous and totally unwarranted. Coinbase observed that the SEC seemed to be allowing Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, on the one hand. However, the whole thing seems a little ridiculous. It is a bewildering contradiction that, morally speaking, makes no sense. The SEC appears to be acting dishonestly. Despite acting as though they are accepting and open, their behavior betrays a different message. Stated differently, consider a buddy of yours who incessantly claimed that authorities were attempting to tighten their control and impose restrictions on the cryptocurrency sector. Meanwhile, the cryptocurrency market is seeing daily inflows of enormous sums of money. The SEC is actively undermining your efforts to fulfill your goals and desires while encouraging you to do so, which is confusing, frustrating, and simply absurd. When it comes to the state of the cryptocurrency industry, this is merely the tip of the iceberg. The topic of Bitcoin and US government interactions is becoming more and more popular as the US presidential election approaches. Politicians usually have divergent views on important topics and implement various policies accordingly. Finance and policy for technology. Election seasons inevitably bring up cryptocurrency issues since they are at the intersection of all these other issues. Candidates' positions on matters like taxes, innovation, and the regulation of digital currencies are of interest to the public. Here's what we now have. I promise you, if we look at the US president, it will confuse you much more. A lot of people believe that the Biden administration is becoming more moderate, especially after permitting multiple Ethereum ETFs to be approved by the SEC. But as you can see, President Joe Biden just took an unexpected action. He signed SAB 121, a piece of legislation aimed at influencing US government laws on cryptocurrency resources. A resolution that Congress just passed was simply an attempt to prevent the SEC from imposing certain restrictions on cryptocurrencies. This decision felt like a triumph and an indication that the government was tilting toward the interests of cryptocurrency aficionados, which is why the community was thrilled about it. The resolution was welcomed by the community because they believed it would lead to more lenient laws or possibly even a relaxation of the prohibitions on cryptocurrencies. Biden abruptly rejected the most recent resolution Wednesday, defying the high expectations of many that it would result in good improvements to the cryptocurrency scene. To put it simply, Biden's veto means he rejected the resolution designed to meddle with the securities of. Given that many people believe Biden has lost all support, This is a fairly basic description of what transpired. Imagine that for months, you and your pals have been excitedly discussing all the locations you'll visit and the memories you'll build along the way as you prepare to take a road trip to your favorite location. The day of the journey finally arrives, and everyone is prepared to leave after packing. Everything is going great on the journey. You're laughing with your pals, singing along to your favorite tunes, and taking in the beautiful scenery. The driver decides to turn around and return home halfway through the trip, just when you think nothing could possibly bring you down. The cryptocurrency community felt this way when Congress enacted SB 121. Acknowledgement of cryptocurrencies. They felt optimistic about the future and were happy to see the progress being done. Similar to the unanticipated choice to reverse the vehicle, President Biden's veto was unexpected and halted their progress. They were disillusioned and frustrated because they thought they had to abandon their ambitions and start over. The sudden shift in direction left them feeling disappointed. According to Anthony Scaramucci of Skybridge Capital, the cryptocurrency community didn't think well of Biden's choice. During an address at the Libertarian National Convention, Donald Trump brought up unexpected points about Joe Biden's position on cryptocurrencies, making it apparent that he doesn't share their views. He declared, "We're going to stop Joe Biden's crusade to crush cryptocurrency. I'll make sure that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are developed domestically in the USA rather than being driven abroad." He might pay a higher price than he thinks. Meanwhile, Biden made a grave mistake by vetoing the law, particularly at this critical juncture. Trump didn't stop there. Using his social media, he expressed his support for Bitcoin companies on the media site Truth Social, adding that there is no second place in this industry and that he is very enthusiastic and open-minded toward cryptocurrency companies and everything associated to this new and developing sector. Furthermore, Trump was unreserved in his criticism of Biden, accusing him of wanting cryptocurrencies to fail and naming him the worst president in American history. In closing remarks, Trump said, "That will never happen with me. It's obvious that there is a serious issue and discussions concerning cryptocurrencies will be common in the coming months, regardless of what occurs next." Shiba Inu is just one of the many cryptocurrencies that will be impacted by this serious issue in terms of regulatory actions and potential presidential positions. What is your opinion on the increased fear among investors indicated by the steep 84% fall in whale transactions? Kindly leave your comments in the space provided below. Click for additional information if you're interested. We have now reached the conclusion of the video. Please hit the like button, and don't forget to write a comment in the box provided you enjoyed it. This is a huge assistance for the YouTube algorithm. Please help us spread the word about this breaking news by showing the video to as many people as you can.